Welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGV. Today we're goofing around with a mono black Desecrated Tomb deck. Let's go find a victim to swarm with some bats. Some bat tokens! Yes. A card I don't think we've played on camera in any way so far. And I think you see what's up with the deck right away. Look at this pile. So, yay. What's up, JCTG? Thinking about that hand? This hand is just going to be throw the black creatures at the opponent, see how they handle it. Maybe we get to play a demon, see how they handle that. Demon of Catastrophes, not a card that gets to shine very much in current meta. Just too many ways to kill it. Just Vraska's Contempt that. Ravenous Chupacabra that. Just about whatever you want. Its saving grace is red, which is thankfully the most popular thing on Arena, so it's not a huge disaster there. But on Crop Crasher, now it can't block, and we beat the hell out of you anyway. Things like that seem to happen. Maybe post-rotation, once we figure out what is going to be up in the new meta, we can give some love to the Demon of Catastrophes. In this deck, we just have a bunch of stuff that we'd almost rather have in the graveyard than in play. Makes Demon pretty solid. Yeah, our opponent's putting together the modules. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, they gain energy. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on a permanent you control, you may pay one. If you do, create a servo. So there is a third module that you put in here and you get like some combo-y brew, but at this rate, my opponent's going to be dead way too fast for that. We'll see if they are prepared. Okay. That Aether Thief... we'll just blow it out of the way. Just focus on all the damage and get them deads. Since these come back from the graveyard, there's no reason to hold them back. And our opponent has a Maverick Thopterist. Let's see. I guess we'll attack. It's what we do. It's what we do. Yep, damage. Now you got none. You're at 2. And we'll bring back Scrounger later. So the opponent has to have another one. We'll see if they do. Even then, they're still on chumpies. Uh-huh. Well, they're finding the energy for the modules, but they don't have the extra mana to use them, which is always the problem with the modules. They look innocent and cheap enough, they're just so darn expensive. Would the opponent gang block to get rid of everything? If they do, we can Contempt something, but also playing out the demon, where they would have to have the answer to right away. Let's attack and see what happens. Alright, I'll just bring one back. I think it's better than trying to draw 2 cards is just having a creature back on the battlefield. A lethal threat that must be blocked. Kadeem. Okay. So now, I believe we can exile this, have a 3/2, go to my turn, untap, Vraska's Contempt that. Who says you can't have it all? And the module deck, unfortunately, perishes. I mean, it always looks like a fun little deck, but I've never had fun playing it. That I've always felt like I just can't make it come together. That little decoction module deck. Let's look at this tomb deck really quick. We've got 4 Dread Wanderers and 4 Stitcher Suppliers to dump stuff into the yard. Reassembling Skeleton also comes out of the yard. So does Scrapheap. Desecrated Tomb makes bats when that happens. Costly Plunder lets us sacrifice these to draw more cards. Demon of Catastrophes, you didn't see it shine there, but certainly was about to. 6/6 Flample. I've learned a lot of respect for this card. There's lots of reasons not to play it in current competitive meta. Vraska's Contempt is a big one. So are just about like Teferi. There's just all kind, like everything seems to just abuse this creature, but maybe after rotation. And against red, mono red, not like unlicensed disintegration red black, this is a very good card. They really, this is so big. What are they gonna do? And they can't block it. It's nasty. Bone Dragon, why the heck not? Vraska's Contempt, cuz. Memorial to Folly, it gets things back out of the yard. Primarily, you're getting back your Demon of Catastrophes. But maybe it doesn't need to be there. Maybe it really shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be there. Let's get some more deserts in there. Lands that come into the battlefield untapped. Let's get some Scavenger Grounds in. We don't very often want to exile a graveyard, but maybe we will at some point. Because when you exile creatures, it also triggers the tomb. Only once, but say we want that one. Otherwise, we can always sacrifice it to the Deadlands to kill something. So some adjustments here on the fly, just as I've played the deck more and more. Nothing wrong with trying some things, making changes if you're, especially when it comes to land, you know. Don't stick yourself with mana base errors you may have made. I've done this way too many times in my life, where I refuse to change things. All right, Bomat Courier. That and Llanowar Elves on turn 1 on the play. It's like, well, I already regret my choices in life. I regret being here today. I just want to go home. Also, we have no creatures. None of our early creatures at all. I wonder if that made this a bad hand. Yeah, it's feeling like a bad hand. Feeling too expensive. As we take goblin beatings of all things. Well, at least our opponent didn't have a follow-up just yet. I think I'll get out the skeleton. If the opponent wants to point something at it, so be it. Tomb comes down like turn 5 or stuff against like red decks usually. Ooh, passes turn, and we didn't draw the punishing land. If we had drawn the land, you would have seen the demon. But not this turn. So we'll play our tomb, we'll say go. At least we're doing some staring. I'm not sure what our opponent's hand is, but it's slow. That is both good and bad. When they draw lands, we can expect more powerful spells than a typical red deck. Land. Yeah, I guess we'll double tomb. If our opponent kills our skeleton, we bring it back, we get dub bats. That's pretty rough. That is good against red. Alrighty. And we still can't do it. Just can't get the land. I may have to make a crafty play. Let's see what happens. Here comes mana. Let's see what our opponent's been waiting for. The Trash Master. Okay. That's why our opponent's not attacking, and it makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to block the... Nah, I'm going to block the Firebrand. Are you going after my tombs? Don't go after my tombs. Jeez, oh, pizzas. Well, that triggers Revolt. So let's do this before damage. Because this says another, right? Nope, it can sacrifice itself. How cheesy. Yep. Nice deck. It's a joke against a Goblin Trash Master. Talk about new format definition. It's also a joke without a 4th land. But hey, we did it. Let's send in our skeleton. And let's drop a demon, shall we? There. Deal with this. I hyped you up against red. Don't prove me wrong. I do think my opponent has another Trash Master. It's a very big creature. Double bolt? Oh my lord. It's gonna be one of those days. That is not what I'm looking for. But we'll bring it out, and then we'll get back our skeleton. Say we're doing something with our mana. I think I'll find something to Contempt here, but the Skirk Prospector sure makes that awkward, as I never gain life from my Contempts. So I wonder if I get back the Skeleton or the Scrounger. Skeleton can block, Scrounger can't. So I'll bring back the Skeleton. Doing it now doesn't really matter because it's tapped. Just a way of filling time over here. It's awkward to have the 2/5 drops in your hand when you don't draw that 5th land. It's just that kind of game. But it's not over yet. Mm-hmm. Not attacking with the veteran, huh? I find that an interesting nah attack to the veteran. I don't really get it. I don't see what that could possibly accomplish. Yep, can sack it for mana so I don't gain the life, but now I'll get rid of the Prospector, which means I can gain life on future Contempts. Hey. Dragon? Or Contempt? Dragon! For the animations. Of course, another volley veteran is so nasty. It doesn't look like that's what's coming. How about Lightning Strike plus Firebrand? That'd be nasty too. What's our graveyard like? We do have another demon down there, so I think getting our bats going is a good idea. The Scrapheap Scrounger makes 2 bats, one when it exiles another creature, and another when the Scrounger returns. So it's a good defensive front. A good hidden defensive front not everybody knows about. Another Prospector. Criminy. No attackers, huh? Out with you. I like the little bat sounds. Hear that again. Like a little chittering. I don't know. That was horrible. Don't listen to me. All right. Let's move right to combat. What you got for scraps? Probably nothing. Probably no blocks. But then I believe we'd pass turn. We could play another Bone Dragon, though. When does that force blocks? That can be 10. It can be a lot of damage. But no, I think we sit on Vraska's push. Yeah, I'll sit on Vraska's push. Try to throw off a big YOLO attack from the opponent. Okay. That's it, huh? Let's push Prospector. I mean, if you want to sacrifice for mana, You can, but I know you don't have anything. And let's be mana efficient, Contempt the 4/2. Could have also gone after the War Chief. But I found playing the deck that the War Chief isn't the most dangerous thing, or not even close really. I just haven't seen a lot of action out of the War Chief. So I'm going to trust that that holds true. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm a fool. Let's clock them. Let's get this going. So we'll play our Reassembling Skeleton. We can get back the other one, which makes another bat, which gives us 4 blockers and 11 life. Hopefully enough to survive the turn. I think even a Siege Gang Commander wouldn't have created a lethal situation. Our opponent plays another Firebrand, but doesn't attack. All right. We can hold those back. And even if they die, we can bring them back and make more 1/1s. This forces some blocks. The opponent has to get a little defensive. Not just a little, they have to get plenty defensive. Now the Firebrands are easy. You block there, you block there, you sack, you take out a bat, you take out a bat. And they don't want to kill anything per se. It just comes back and makes more bats. But this keeps them from going face by throwing the bats in that would also be lethal. Let's bring out the dragon. Your move. We survived, Goblinators! We survived the assault of the Trash Master on our double tombs. As heartbreaking as it was, life finds a way. Suspend, you say? Supsend. Soup? It's not suspend, it's supsend. Spelling errors in your name? Or next level plays? Keep it. Painlands. Gross. Surely we'll draw another swamp. Let's lead on the Wanderer. This might be a control deck. Let's be aggressive. And then it turned into Knights. Knights would be a beating. Stockpile. Stockpile's interesting. Drop a skeleton. Next turn we'll very likely attack, then plunder the skeleton and play our Stitcher Supplier when we hit our land drop like a boss. Legion's Landing. Alright, one of those decks. I don't know how we're supposed to fare against that. Gonti's Machinations, though, weird. Don't know what to think. So this is most certain to block. I'll get rid of it before the revolt stuff can begin. And I guess we'll wait on the Costly Plunder this turn. How many lands did I put in the graveyard? None! Good choice. No lands. No lands in the top 6 cards when you keep that 2-lander. Happens every day to me. You've heard me say it. It's still true. There we go. All right, let's bring the noise. Bring the thunder. All right, let's go for a colorless and a black. Sacrifice our Stitcher Supplier for 2 cards. And there's a Fatal Push. Hallelujah. We don't want to give our opponent Revolt on their turn, so we'll pay a life now and get that thing dead. Oh, Supplier City in the graveyard. Oh, we got grave fodder, that's for sure. We just want to keep them off stockpile shenanigans. We got Resplendy Angel. Can I draw the land off the top? Are there any in the graveyard? God, there's only 1. There were 4 in the top. There were 4 lands in the top 20 cards there, my friends. 4! And now I don't have an attack. That's glorious. All right. Let's just keep deploying team. Surely we'll be able to contempt this thing someday soon. Interesting tactics for Revolt, like Machinations and Puzzle Knot, and then Resplendent Angel. It's interesting. I wouldn't say otherwise. Ooh, must have just drawn this, or you would have played it first to use with the Knot. Surely. Whoa. Attacking, huh? Yeah. Feeling aggressive. Well, I am down to 8, mostly by my own hand. I find that very interesting. I guess the Machinations give you some burn. All right, there's the land. All right, all in. Down to 8. Get a little energy. Land. We want to do this on our turn. We do not want our opponent to have Revolt on their turn. Back to 9. The race is on. We may not be able to stop them from having Revolt on their turn, but the idea is to make them work for it. Don't give them free Revolt. Make them pay mana for it. Tax the Revolt. Okay. See, like this turn, if they don't have another land, that Revolt doesn't happen. And yep. Alrighty. Do I attack in? Yeah, like I said, tax that Revolt. Don't let them have it easy on their turn. Take away their cards. Get your chip shots in. You can sack the Machinations now, which is annoying. But they'll have to deal with this dragon. Maybe they want that seal away back. Maybe they're good. Who knows? Interesting. I suppose Gang of Vraska's Contempt would be hot, but hopefully they look at 4 lands, since they sure as hell weren't anywhere else in the deck. And here's the Revolt trigger. Here's the raid. Dragon. I don't have a way to sacrifice it like a plunder. Would have been so nice. Alright. Oops. Of course I want to pay a life to do this. Thank you for tapping it that way, game. I should have known better. It's my bad. They did not scry. Tells me that they have what they need, which is unfortunate. Touching all the land. Touching all the cards. They have their own Bone Dragon. Well, my Bone Dragon. You know what I mean. No free Revolts. Now we just need to draw a way to remove this, win the game. That's the plan. Draw a way to remove it, win the game. We can also shrink it with a Deadlands. Then it goes to our graveyard and we can get it back in a turn or 2. Draw a way to remove it. Win the game. like a boss. That's how we do. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video and this look at this funky Desecrated Tomb deck. Thank you so much for coming out and watching the video. If you liked it, remember to hit the like button. If you want more, remember to hit the subscribe button. If you want notifications when the videos post, remember to hit the little bell or join our Discord. And a link to that's in the description. I will be back, of course, for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.